Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? It's JC here. It's Wednesday. Gonna try out Tesla FSD Supervised version 12.5.4 for the second day, and also try out actually Smart Summon for the second day. Got it last night, so tried it out a little bit last night. We'll go ahead and try some during the day here. I've figured out 3 or 4 different places we could possibly go to, and it's at a better time in the day to try it out as well. I didn't get to try it until like 7 or 8 o'clock last night, and it's about 3 in the afternoon today, so should be able to get a better sense of, how it's doing, since it'll be a little bit busier. Won't be like a weekend, won't be like a Saturday or Sunday. We'll have to wait till Saturday and Sunday to do that, but definitely a little more traffic. So all right, let's get going. And we're on our way. Getting out of the neighborhood here. Very smooth and confident. Got a car in front of us and one car behind us, about equidistant. We are in a 30-mile-per-hour speed zone, and we're going about 28, but as you can see, we're going along with traffic. The lead car in front of us. I have to maneuver around some trash cans in between a couple of cars here. Very, very good. Very smooth and confident. Make a left turn here. Got to avoid that trash can there. Great job. Gonna make a right turn here. Very good. Very good. Come up on a roundabout up here in a few hundred feet, and we'll go completely around the roundabout. Car in front of us is a little trepidatious, but that's fine. Great job maintaining speed right around 11 to 12 miles an hour, which is perfect. Coming out of the roundabout, should pick up a little speed here. We don't have any road markings, lane markings here, so we'll have to kind of create our own. And there it goes. It's starting the process of creating its own lane. Perfect. We're going about 35 and a 30, which is fine right here because we're out of the neighborhood. And as you can see, there's nothing around it but woods and field. Got a traffic light coming up here. Good job. Get over in the lane with the least amount of vehicles. We're going to be going straight across. Great decision making there. Great decision making. Did not stay put in the same lane and get behind the longer lane of traffic. We can go straight in this lane as well. Traffic light ahead of us. One of them is, I don't know if you can see in the video, it's hanging down a bit, but you can still see the red, and the visualization is also showing it as a red light, so that's good. I don't know if the cameras are picking that up or it's just assuming that based on the other light, but either way, that's good. That's good. Okay, we're going across. We're going to go through. A couple hundred feet here. We will make a left at a stop sign. Got a little traffic here in the neighborhood, but that's pretty normal for 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday during the school year. We got a 4-way stop. We'll make a left behind that Santa Fe once this Hyundai takes its turn, making our left. Perfect. All right, we got a pedestrian to the left. They're pretty far away. Got some trash cans out on the side of the road. Today's trash day. Trash day around here is Wednesdays and Saturdays, so you'll always have some trash cans in the road. Okay, we got a 3-way stop here. Good job. Very confident coming out of that. All right, we got a couple of cars parked along the road. Handled that very well with oncoming traffic. Great job. Got a 4-way stop. There we go. And then we got a stop sign here at Woodland Hills, and we will take a right on Woodland Hills. And our first stop is the HEB in Kingwood, Texas. And we'll try out a little bit of actually smart summon ass in the HEB parking lot. All right. Great job. Made a good solid turn, stayed in our lane. Now we're getting over to the left lane. Perfect. A pedestrian to the right, student. Interesting cross section here. So we got a median, but we're going to need to wait our turn, and then we'll move over to the median, and we got to stop again. Wait for them to have, that car had the right of way. Now it's our turn. Little hesitation there, little bit, about a second or two of hesitation there, but we took our turn. Just wanted to be a little cautious. That's an interesting little cross section there, because it's not your typical 4-way stop. You got the median, so you got a couple of stops you got to make, and we were a little bit more hesitant than we should have been, but worked out fine. Yeah, I'm assuming at those fairly atypical type of 4-way stops where you've actually got 2 stops you got to make as part of it, that maybe just a bit more cautious. Okay, we've got a school zone light coming up here. We'll see how we do. Well, we've got a car in front of us, so we may not get the full gist of it. Got a 4-way stop here. Well, maybe we do. They're going to park. So let's see. All right. Yeah, I don't know how we would have done there because we had the car in front of us. We're definitely going slow, but the car in front of us is going slow as well. and we definitely slowed down to 20, but again, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have any lead traffic so we could see. Golly, look at this traffic just lined up for picking up kids from school. Whew. And we got construction to the right, heavy construction to the right, school lane to the left. So really making this narrow right now. Really making this narrow. Great job. Great job. Got some cut down trees to the right. Excellent, excellent job. The only thing we don't know is whether we would have stopped for, well, we probably would have, because the crossing guard was in the middle of the road. So that may not have even tested whether hand signs did anything, but did really well. Did really well in that school zone. All right, in a few hundred feet here, we'll take a right on Sandy Forks Drive here in Kingwood. Well, figure out what this car is doing first, and we've got oncoming traffic, so we got to wait. There we go. There we go. Let's wait a second. Let that car get around. Yes, young lady, you can get up. Perfect. Great job. Great job. Excellent. We were gonna take our shot, but that oncoming car was coming a little too fast, so we stopped and then we maneuvered around. Great job. You couldn't draw that up better. All right, got a four-way stop. Complete stop and then progress on through. Great job. Got a three-way stop here with some oncoming traffic. There we go. And in a couple of hundred feet, we will take a right on Westlake Houston Parkway. We've got a school to our left. All right, we're at Westlake Houston Parkway. Got a stop sign, so we got to come to a complete and total stop. And then now we'll creep up, get better vision. We've got oncoming cars, and we've got a spot here. If they, whoa, okay, I was gonna say we got a spot if you want to take it, and she took it. That is awesome. That was great, because there was a car a few hundred feet behind that one, but because it's pretty, there was enough space there for an adult, an experienced adult, to get in there, and 12.5.4 took it. I'm not sure any previous versions would have taken that spot. 12.3.6, I do not believe would have taken that opportunity. I think it would have waited for that vehicle that was a couple of hundred feet away. All right, crossing on through. We're gonna have a little traffic up here as we get closer to HEB, and then we have a left turn. Here we go. Left turning lane with a median. It can get a little bit congested in here, a little dicey, because A lot of cars trying to go into HEB. Not a lot of room in the median. All right, we got to wait our turn here. We're keeping the gap for other traffic coming through the other way. Very good. We've got 3 vehicles in the median right now. They are queued up to get across the other side of Westlake Houston Parkway into the HEB, I'm presuming, because I don't see any blinkers on any of the cars. So I'm presuming they're going into HEB parking lot, the same as us. And there's a lot of northbound traffic on Westlake Houston Parkway right now. So we may need to sit here for just a little bit. Now, once we get into the HEB parking lot, I am going to find a spot to park, and then we'll do some actually smart summon. Yeah, look at it. They're double park. You're not supposed to be doing that. That's one lane. They are double lining up in there, which you're not supposed to be doing. That's illegal. All right, we're starting to move up. Person behind me honked, but you're not supposed to go, and I would have had my butt out in Westlake Houston Parkway. So we were gonna go, but that traffic was just a little too close. That was a good decision. So it creeped up there, thought it might have an opportunity, and then thought about it again and said, nah. Yeah, thought about it again, but again, like I said, that gap was just a little too small. It's thinking about these gaps like an experienced driver, though. Now, we should go right now. And there we go. And here we are. We are in the HEB parking lot. Well, I don't want to go in there, so I'm going to... Let's see here. Take that off. Go. How about we go in here? All right, we made it to the HEB parking lot. Let's find a parking spot. Find a good parking spot. How about right here? All right, well, we're parked in the HEB parking lot. One thing I don't know for sure, we'll find out. As you can see, these are diagonal parking spots. So I know auto park does not work on these yet. So I'll be curious to see if actually smart summon works with these diagonal parking spots. I guess we're about to find out. So I'm gonna shut the camera down here for a second. I'm gonna have to reposition my GoPro to be further back in the Tesla, and then we'll see how it does. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. All right, just got finished doing actually smart summon here at the HEB. Went really, really well. Went great. Really, the only item that came up is I actually got out of range a little bit. I forgot about that 275-foot range they put on it, and so I stationed myself initially 275 feet away, but the way that it had to go to get to me, it had to go away from me a little bit. So it stopped for about 2 seconds, but I realized, so I looked down at the app, and then I just kind of trotted back over towards it a little bit, and as soon as I got within range, started right back up again. So no, and plus, quite honestly, right about the time it stopped, there were 3 or 4 cars in Crossway, so it would have had to stop anyway. So But yeah, it just worked out great. So we're going to try, that was the HEB parking lot here in Kingwood. We're going to go back over to the Costco parking lot in Humble and give that a try again. We ought to have more traffic this time. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon. Get over there about 4:15. Much better than last night when we were there between 7 and 8. So you should have some more traffic. So we'll just try that out and see how that goes. All right, well, let's get going. All right, we're leaving the HEB parking lot. Gonna take a right out of here at the stop sign. But we've got a young man and his 2 children with, oh, there he goes. He goes to go in the other direction. So, but that's good. We need to wait there and make sure which way. He's got precious cargo there. Got 2 little ones. So the expectation is that you're going to be cautious in a grocery store parking lot, especially in a suburban area where there's going to be a lot of little rugrats. And so he had he had some precious cargo there. So I am okay with that, as I am assuming Tesla is as well. Okay, and get across here, perfect. And then we'll make a left at the stop sign after this oncoming traffic evens out. Thought about it for a second, but good decision. It was that late, it's an older lady, just kind of slowing down so she can get into the turning median here. We still got some traffic coming, so I have to wait a little bit, but that is fine. We may have an opportunity after this Dodge Ram truck. I don't, well, there we go. Again, that is a gap that previous versions would likely have not taken. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this actually Smart Summon. I'm learning some things though. So that 275 foot radius that they're talking about, that's for real, for real. You get, that car gets 276 and it stops. So make sure when you're summoning the car to you, when you're doing come to me, that give it a little bit of breathing room. Don't get right at 275. Always, yeah, that truck got a heavy load right there, and it was getting over in our lane, so we slowed down a bit. That's good. But again, going back to actually Smart Summon, unless you know exactly the path that the car is going to take, that the Tesla is going to take when you summon it, give yourself a little bit of breathing room. Don't get right up at the edge. I made that mistake just a second ago. I forgot that when it came out of that parking lot, it was going to need to go away from me to come to me. So yeah, give yourself about a good 25 feet, and then once you know that it's coming towards you, then you can just start walking. That's what I did, is once I knew it was done making its turn away from me and then coming towards me, then you can walk over to the spot you actually want it to. Just for now, because obviously at 275 feet, you know, that's not going to be that way forever. That's just for now. It's 275 feet and it's in private parking areas and driveways for now. But it won't be that way for long. But for right now, my recommendation is give yourself a little bit of cushion. Unless you know exactly the direction the car is going to take. One other thing that I found out definitely works in diagonal parking spots. So the HEB does not have straight parking spots. It's got diagonal. So whereas auto park does not yet work, parking in or getting out of diagonal parking spots, actual Smart Summon does. It reversed out of the diagonal parking spot and then came to me. And then we did on the second go around in the HEB parking lot, we had to do a 3-point turn. It had to do a couple of them just because there was a lot more traffic today than yesterday. One other thing I did today, and I have absolutely no clue whether it picked up any reactions or comments, but I remembered to roll the windows down. So if there were any comments or reactions from folks seeing a driverless car in the parking lot, the GoPro will have picked that up, hopefully. We'll just see. I have not yet looked at the footage. I know it worked out well because the car, I got my car back and there's no dings on it. So, all right, we are on Kingwood Drive right now. This is a 40-mile-per-hour zone and we're going 40. Perfect, but we got traffic ahead of us, so we're actually slowing down a bit now. We are about 10 minutes away from the Costco. So we'll do the Costco again, and then we will likely wrap it up and head on back to the casa. And 12.5.4 is just working great. Just absolutely phenomenal. I think the only thing thus far in this drive was on our way to HEB in that interesting four-way stop, the one that has 2 stops you got to make instead of 1 right there in a turning median. It was a couple of seconds hesitant to go with that car right in front of us, even though we had the right of way, but it didn't take too long and eventually we went. So all worked out good, and I'm fine with it being cautious. Again, my guess is that although there's a lot of 4-way stops in the United States, there's not a whole lot of 4-way stops exactly like that one. So maybe just needs more video. Well, that's what we're doing. This video is gonna go up on X today, so they'll have it. All right, we're continuing to progress along Kingwood Drive here. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Got a car just pulled out. That's fine, we didn't overreact. Perfect. Traffic light here at Green Oak Drive. Good job. That one's a little tricky because it kind of curves over. It doesn't look like it, but it does. It kind of trips people up because it curves around, and sometimes people think that turning lane is a straight lane, but anyway, worked out perfectly for us. Obviously, Tesla FSD and Google Maps has it all worked out. All right, we're getting a little bit of congestion right here, so we're slowing down. We got a cross-section traffic, and we do fine. We just keep on going. We did not hesitate. Very confident. Got a little bit of traffic here. I think this is Chestnut Ridge. Alright, continuing on. Good job. Alright, we got about a half a mile until we get to East Tex Freeway 59 South. get up on that. I believe we'll get up on that. We may actually stay on the feeder since we're not that far, well, from Costco. I don't know. We'll see. I forget whether we have to get up on East Texas or we just stay on the feeder. We will find out. Right, continuing on through this traffic light at Royal Forest Drive. And then we're about to head through 494. Slow down a bit for that car that turned to the right. Perfect, had an incoming car there. We didn't overreact. Getting a little bit of speed here. We're going to need to get over to the left. Now, we did not make it into the left turning lane because there was just so much traffic. So we're going to try to get in. I don't know if they're going to let us, and they do. Excellent job. Yes. Yes. Awesome. So yeah, that was so backed up that by the time we crossed over 494, there was no way to kind of get in the queue. But it found a gap and made it. Great job. And that was a solid white line. So technically, you're not, but it's a white line. So, I mean, obviously people do it all the time. Since it's a turning lane, and that's the only lane that you can legally turn from. So, and they put that solid white line pretty far back. So yeah, I guess we are going to stay on the feeder here. We're doing good. This feeder is a 55 mile per hour zone, and we are going 54. I can live with that. We got a construction crew to the right here. Doing fine with that. Got a car that came out of the Sterling McCall Hyundai dealership. Got a whole lot of car dealerships, stealerships all up and down this feeder right here. All right, continuing on. Now it is a 50 mile per hour zone, and we are going 53, so we are fine. Still a 50 mile per hour zone. We are continuing to go 53. Got some incoming traffic here. Excellent. Did not overreact. Man, it is just doing phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now we are going 55 in a 50. Perfectly fine in the state of Texas. Got a little bit of faster traffic to our left, but then again, they're getting up on East Tex Freeway. And we're getting over to the right because we're going to turn on Townsend here in about a couple of clicks. There we go. Getting in, we're in the nestled in. About to make our turn. Get up to the stoplight here, we will turn right. And again, you can turn right on red in Texas, but obviously you don't want to do that with oncoming traffic that has the right of way, that has the green light. All right, the Sportage has moved up, and we got a clip. Wow, okay. I didn't even have a chance to look for vision. She definitely saw that before I did. We definitely had a gap there, but I wasn't able to see. I'm going to tell you what, I know there is some debate in our community about the B pillar, I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you what, with 12.5.4, it's, in my humble opinion, just 2 days in, it may be destroying that debate on the B pillar, because it saw that gap, and it was a gap. It wasn't clear. There was a car coming. It was just a couple 100 feet down, but it saw the gap before I did. All right, we are in the parking lot now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take over here, and let's get down to the end of the parking lot. Let's end the trip. All right, we got a car behind. Oh, I don't want, let's see how we'll park in. Let's say right around here. Let's do right here. Yeah, let's get nestled in here. Oh, well, I don't want to take their door off. All right. Park. All right. So I am going to get the camera reset back up to do actually Smart Summon, and we'll do it again here in the Costco parking lot and see how it does. We'll try some of the same maneuvers we did in the HEB one. Again, I will acknowledge this is a Wednesday afternoon. It is 4:15. Now this is the busiest time of day during the weekday. But I can't recreate a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon yet. So we will definitely do that. But for now, let's work with what we got, people. Work with what you got. All right. I'm going to shut it down and get all reconfigured, and I will talk to y'all in a little bit. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Just got done doing actually Smart Summon at the Costco parking lot here in Humble, Texas. And worked out really, really well. So got it all on video, get it uploaded today. But first, let's head on back to the Casa. Let's go. All right. Turning out of the Costco parking lot. Take a left here, and then a right, and then another right. Good job. Now we're going to take a left, but we got to wait for that truck. Got a straight truck there from Iron Mountain. Pretty soon those will be Teslas, semis, and straight trucks. All right, we're going to need to go across. We got an unprotected left here. We got a median in the middle, but the straight truck is already there. And then once it gets across, we'll be able to get in the median. And looks like, yeah, we got some oncoming traffic. Yeah, there we go. Jeez Louise. Holy moly. All right, that was the most aggressive. That went beyond experienced adult. That went beyond experienced adult. There was a gap there, but instead of it being 200 feet, that was about 150 feet. Fortunately, the traffic was going probably about 35 or 40 miles an hour. So it sensed we had a gap. Man, excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, as you could tell there, it did kind of hesitate a second there. I wouldn't even say a second. It hesitated about a half a second before it made up its mind. But man, I mean, that would have never happened in either previous versions. And now I'm looking back behind me. Now, this is not a big deal, but there are about 20 cars lined up behind me. that just got into traffic. And so, yeah, that was an adult move. That was, she put on her big girl pants to make that left turn. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was not a 21-year-old sorority sister who's been driving for 3 or 4 years. She put on her big girl pants for that one. Good job. Nice. I love it. All right, we're going to take a left here. Obviously, we got protected on this one, so shouldn't be an issue. See how well we stay in our lane. Doing well. Staying in our lane. Perfect. Perfect. Gonna curve around here. Now we got to merge. Got one car like kind of behind. Yeah, perfect. We drifted over into the yellow paint a little bit, but we had to because the car behind us was allowing us to merge, but not a lot. You know what I mean? It's kind of that, okay, I'll let you merge, but you better get on over there, Jack. So we had to take a sip of the yellow paint a little bit there, but that's all right. I guarantee you, the video data that the training cluster is being trained on sees plenty of that. Because you got to do it, or you're just going to stall out, cause a wreck. Now that white Ford F-150's got somewhere to go. But as you can see, we're going along with traffic. The car in front of us. Make it over to the left. Well, no, we're not, because that's not a lane. Well, you messed that one up. I mean, she didn't mess it up, but you know what I mean. She obviously thought that was another faster left lane, but it was not. That lane was merging as well, but we were fine. We maintained our speed and were able to get right back over. So that was a little bit of a navigational snafu. We can get over to the left now. Can we do it? Yeah, we can. Great job. Wow. I mean, that was not a lot of room to spare with that vehicle there. I'm telling you, because like it's 4:45 right now and on a Wednesday afternoon. If you pick a spot, if you don't take it, it's gone. People want to get home. Look at that. There you go. There you go. There you go. You got over there, got around a couple of cars, and then got right back on over to the feet. Because we can't get up on, we could, but we don't need to get up on East Tex Freeway 59 North. Because we've only got a couple of traffic lights here. It's actually probably quicker to stay on the feeder than to get on East Tex right now. And get over to the right. I don't think this is a turning lane. I think we can stay here, but less cars. Yeah, it's making grown-up decisions now on getting into lanes. Like, it is definitely searching for the path of least resistance. Now, I do have it on aggressive, assertive mode, whatever the nomenclature, I think it's assertive, but whatever that top one is. And no minimal lane changes. I just let her rip. Like I said, I let her put her big girl pants on. That's the way I like it. Yeah, I was reminded of something my dad told me one time. Never mind. Yeah, nice day today. A little hot. It's 95. Thought we were going to get a little bit of rain today, but we did not. That rain could have cooled things down a bit, but so be it. 95 degrees at the end of September. Not abnormal here in Houston. Ooh, look at that. That F250 is jacked up, baby. Hydraulics are jacked up. Yeah, that was an F250. I'm so sorry, yeah, 250. Not the big 350. But still, plenty big enough. See a lot of those around here. Obviously the 150s. Ford F-150 is far and away probably the most common vehicle in the state of Texas. I don't even think it's close. But those, you see a lot of those F-250s too. I would say Ford F-150, and then probably the Chevy Silverado, and then after those two, you'll get some sedans sprinkled in there, and then obviously the Dodge. I don't see as many Dodge Ram trucks. That definitely, I mean, there you go right there, Ford F-150. That far and away, that has got to be the most common vehicle in our state. I want to say the state of Texas keeps Ford going. But starting to see a lot of Cybertrucks. I'm starting to see a lot of Cybertrucks. I am starting to see Cybertrucks. Now, interestingly, up here in my neck of the woods, here's the interesting part, and I'm just going to be honest. I want to be honest with you. Because this is Houston, Texas. It's the biggest city, biggest metro area in the state. We're a skosh bigger than Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, and they've got two cities going into Dallas-Fort Worth. But I would tell you up here, I'm about 35 miles northeast of Houston. Not as many up here yet. I've probably seen 3 or 4 up around this area. And this is obviously a little more country, a little more rural. But when you get further into the city, man, yeah, you start seeing a lot more of them. And interestingly, I see a lot more on the northwest and the west side of town. So I was over in Cypress and Katy area, both of those areas not long ago. Cypress, there was a ton. Now that makes a little more sense because the Tesla delivery center is located in Cypress. So you're obviously gonna see more over there anyway, but I got the sense that more locals in that area had them as well. And then Katy, which Katy is kind of like where I'm at. It's 30 to 35 miles outside of Houston, but it's the other direction, it's going west. And there were a lot out there as well. I'm just not seeing a lot up here yet, because this is where I'm at, is kind of where you leave suburbia and you start getting into rural East Texas. I'm right at the gateway to East Texas, the Piney Woods. And so you're just not seeing them up here. But I will also, let's just be blunt, inside of Houston and in Cypress suburb of Houston and Katy suburb, a lot more disposable income too. Those are just wealthier areas of Houston. And where I'm at, and I mean, you can see it through my videos. In order to get into my neighborhood, you go through some pretty working class areas, right? So the amount of people up around here that are going to be able to you know, lay $100,000 to $120,000 down on a truck that they know nothing about, that's electric. Yeah, great job, really good job with that cross section. But going back to what I was saying, yeah, you're gonna have to bring the cost of that down a bit before you start getting into some of these more rural areas. They'll spend 80,000 bucks on a Ford F-150, a tricked out Ford F-150 or a Chevy Silverado, ICE engine, obviously old school, because they know it. They've grown up on it. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of the folks that live in this area, these are 4th, 5th, 6th generation Texans. I mean, they've been here for a long time. And, you know, they're doing the same type of work that their daddy did, and their daddy's doing the same type of work their granddaddy did. You know, a lot of plant workers, a lot of forestry, because we are in the piney woods, so a lot of loggers, a lot of welders, lots of welders. So they've grown up. I mean, you have families that are Ford families or Chevy families, and they just swear by. So like, they're gonna get a tricked out Ford F-250, spend probably more on that than you would the Foundation Series Cybertruck in some cases, but they know it. It's in their blood. It's generational. Like I said, there have been Ford trucks in their family for a century. And so that's going to be a hard nut to crack right there. What you're probably going to have to do in that scenario is it's either going to have to be a specific utility work truck that is for a specific purpose, or maybe they have a fleet of, say, 7 or 8 trucks that they use for their welding business or their landscaping business, or their logging business, and they'll take a flyer on one. Or it's just going to have to be one of their kids. You know, one of their kids, you know, just basically says, I'm going to break tradition. Sorry, Dad. I know that we've been Ford for all these years. Yeah, we got a little bit of congestion. We got cars on the side of the road. We got oncoming cars, but we're handling it. We're good. We got landscapers to the left, oncoming cars to the left. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Really, the easier crowd are the folks that have never owned trucks before and whose families have never owned trucks. And there's no generational bloodline that goes to the Ford F-150 and Ford F-250 and Ford F-350, or the Chevy Silverado and Chevy Cheyenne, or the GMC. You're just not. There we go. We got the right of way. Perfect. Did not get skittish there. We knew we had the right of way. We got a little, got a pedestrian there to the left. Great job in that roundabout. Great job. Did not get skittish. Man, there were some previous versions of FSD that truck coming in, we would have just stopped on a dime and eventually kept going, but it would have stopped for about a second just to make absolutely sure. I think I may have mentioned one time in one of my FSD videos back when we were on version 11 that I felt like when we went through roundabouts that we were so cautious for other people, it was like we wanted to make them a peanut butter jelly sandwich and a glass of milk. We were that courteous. All right, we got, I don't know what we're going to do here. We got a stalemate. They are going to go ahead and go. I don't know what in the world. All right, are we going to, we got a UPS right here. Are we going to make it around? There we go. Yeah, that was, whoo, Lord have mercy. Girl, you just showed out, because We definitely had the right of way to make it through that gap there, but that older gentleman decided he disagreed, and so he took it. There was like literally razor thin room there. God bless him, he took it, and we stayed there. All right, let me end this quick. Get up here and find a parking spot. All right. Yeah. So another great FSD drive. Man, on that one, she showed out. I feel like it got better on day 2. This thing is, it's like Omar said, sometimes you just got to let these things marinate a bit. It was good yesterday, but today, man, it was just absolutely amazing. That was an experienced adult driver today, and especially on the way back from Costco. Great job, great job. All right, so I've got footage of this FSD, all these FSD drives. I've got footage of the actual Smart Summon, both in the HEB parking lot as well as in the Costco parking lot. I will get those downloaded and then uploaded and let y'all take a gander. All right, everybody. Hope y'all are having a good late afternoon, early evening, and I will talk to you again soon. JC signing out. Bye-bye.